Coming up on NonStop Local at 4 after last night's tough loss, the Seattle Mariners and their fans once again preparing to take on the Blue Jays. We have a live report from SWX's AJ Howell in Seattle. Plus, changes to vaccine guidance and the loss of healthcare coverage could leave you without access to a flu shot. How to stay up to date on your vaccines no matter your coverage status. And it's Patent Thursday. Of course, we have several odd inventions that could be the next big thing as NonStop Local at 4 starts right now.
Corey Howard and Leslie Lowe, bringing you the content that connects our community. You're watching NonStop Local News at 4.
And if you're a Seattle Mariners fan, you're probably maybe a little tired of hearing about their bid for the World Series. But if you are a fan, it's an exciting time. We have a live look at T-Mobile Park. A lot of diehards already in the stadium there preparing for Game 4. The Mariners taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. And we have our very own SWX's AJ Howell live in Seattle for us this afternoon. AJ, a tough game last night, but sometimes, you know, in a series like this, you need a game like that to keep your focus.
Yeah, maybe they just want to keep it interesting, Corey. I'm not sure. Obviously, we would have loved to see the Mariners sweep and secure that World Series berth here at home in Seattle. And there's still a chance for that. But to do that, the Mariners are going to need to win tonight in Game 4. A lot of excitement in this one. Luis Castillo on the bump for the M's. And, of course, Toronto's trying to play spoiler here. They want to even out the series, make it 2-2. And if they get a win tonight, then they know that they get to go back home for Game 6. So this one pretty important as far as not just who's going to the World Series, but where they're going to decide that. And of course, it's fun to see the buy-in from all the fans, all the players. Julio Rodriguez, we remember when he came to Seattle, and he tells us a little bit about how he may have seen the future.
I would say, because I saw that we have the possibility of being moments like this, you know, playing for the teams that we're playing right now, you know, like trying to get to the World Series, like playing really meaningful games in the postseason. I just feel like I saw it back then. And that was something that, you know, I could tell the fans were really into it, that they loved the game. I could tell, like, where everything was going. I just feel like for situations like this was the reason why I decided to commit, like, pretty much my career of playing for the Seattle Mariners.
So exciting to hear that, especially when he says career with the Mariners, right? Of course, first pitch for this one, not too far off. A lot of excitement, a little bit of a shakeup in the lineup tonight. We'll be going over that at 5. So stay with us as we break down this matchup, Game 4 between the Seattle Mariners and the Toronto Blue Jays, coming right up, Corey. But for now, live in Seattle, AJ Howell, SWX.
All right, thank you very much, AJ. Have fun out there. Meanwhile, sticking with the Mariners, the historic run for a World Series bid, driving Mariners madness like never before. That includes in the sports betting world. Take a look at what's happening at the Tulalip Casino from our friends at Cairo 7.
Well, here at the Tulalip Resort Casino and frankly across Washington, sports betting is relatively new. It became legal in 2020 and the first sports book opened in 2021 at a different casino. Here at Tulalip, it opened in 2022, and this has become a big part of their business, the betting business. And with the Mariners playoff run, the business has got a boost.
I grew up watching the Mariners, so I mean, when I was young, we went to all the games. And sometimes I'm like secretly like, yes, let's go, and then depending on the game, I'm like, hey, the casino did great today. It's a balance.
Brandon Jones, who runs the sportsbook at Tulalip Casino, may be the only Western Washington sports fan that secretly hopes the ALCS goes to Game 7. More games means more bets and more excitement at the casino. Since Tulalip launched its sportsbook in 2022, there haven't been many teams making deep runs to the playoffs or winning championships. But that's all changed with the Mariners' hot streak to end the season, the champagne showers for each playoff benchmark, and the extra games. Jones says seats have been filled at the casino, and online betting using mobile apps is up.
There's definitely been an uptick in bets. For the number of bets, I would say that we've seen approximately about 33% increased bets on MLB, in particular on Mariners. A lot of people can just pull into the parking lot, make their bets and go. And we noticed that a real uptick in MLB when it comes to mobile sports betting on property.
The Tulalip Casino expects even more fans today and tomorrow as the Mariners homestand continues. Jones says a bet of around $6,000 on the Mariners heading to the World Series came in the last few weeks. And a preseason bet of $8,000 for the Mariners to win the World Series could net the bettor $160,000 in winnings. As of this morning, Tulalip Sportsbook has the Mariners plus 210 to go to the World Series. Jones is split between cheering for his team and keeping an eye on the bottom line of bets.
We're going to win.
And you're saying that as an impartial fan?
Very impartial. Very impartial.
In Marysville, Ranji Sinha, Cairo 7 News.
All right, well, today I learned it's pronounced Tulalip, not Tulalip.
I always thought it was Tulalip.
I thought it was Tulalip, but
Yeah.
immediately our director Max gets in my ear and says Tulalip. And then, of course, 17 times in that story there. But hey, how are things in Spokane, Leslie?
In Spokane?
Yes.
Well, Spokane, not too bad, actually. Actually, it's been another beautiful day. Here's the thing. If you get in the shade, it's always a little bit cooler. We've had a few more clouds out there this afternoon as well. As expected, we've got a system that's sliding by to the north of us. With that, we do get a few more clouds in the forecast. Winds also set to pick up, and I'll show you that here in just a second. Temperatures currently sitting at 55 in Spokane, 54 degrees over towards Coeur d'Alene, upper 40s around Kettle Falls. We've got upper 50s from Moses Lake down through Ritzville, and then 56 degrees right now in Wenatchee, and mid 60s towards the Tri-Cities. I'm trying so hard not to sneeze right now. Wind speeds anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour from Moses Lake back through Spokane into Coeur d'Alene. Just a little bit breezy for our friends in Cle Elum. You can actually see that band of clouds kind of working its way through. I'm going to show you this setup here. You can see that front pushing through to the north of us. Some of our northern Cascades could see a little bit of light rainfall there, also up along the Canadian border. Otherwise, it really just is about the winds. Temperatures tonight, because of the cloud coverage, going to be a little bit warmer. 37 in Spokane, 39 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. We've got 33, so still hovering around that freezing mark for our friends up towards Sandpoint. 24 degrees in Colville, and then we've got upper 30s, 40s back through central Washington. We've got a system on the move. It's going to pack a bit of a punch for Saturday night into Sunday. We'll talk about that when we see you back here in just a few minutes. Corey?
Well done, Leslie. Well done holding that
Now
back.
I'll sneeze.
All right, meanwhile, Washington State Patrol looking for a missing Wenatchee man who was expected to arrive in Spokane Tuesday morning, but never did. Troopers found Ryan Haynes' car abandoned along Highway 2 just outside of Davenport. He's about 6'2", 160 pounds with brown hair, green eyes. Investigators think he might have went back to Wenatchee, but that is not confirmed. They say he could still be in the Davenport or Spokane areas. If you see him or have any information, please give the Wenatchee Police Department a call at 509-663-9911. A crime tracker alert. Kennewick police are investigating after suspects crashed a stolen car into Hubby Pizza this morning in an attempt to steal an ATM. They say the suspects rammed into the building several times and then pulled an ATM from the building and tried to open it up. They eventually gave up and took off, leaving the car and the ATM. If you have any information on this, you're asked to contact the Kennewick Police Department at 509-628-0333. In your health news, cold and flu season right around the corner, and depending on your insurance coverage, the cost of getting one can range from free to $100 or more. The base cost of a vaccine can be quite expensive, but it's usually covered by insurance because it's considered preventative medicine. But what about those without insurance? There's a few options to lower that out-of-pocket cost. Medical coupons are available at certain pharmacies, or you can head to free clinics operated by the health district or state partners, but be mindful of impacts from the federal shutdown.
We did fill it a little bit. We did receive a little bit less amount of vaccines for uninsured population, but it should cover all the needs.
Gusarenko said the health district hosts around 800 clinics a year during the pandemic, and right now they're hosting about 75 a year. In the last 5 days, they vaccinated about 50 people with over 100 immunizations. Still to come this afternoon on NonStop Local at 4. If you're in the Pacific Northwest, bet you don't think you have an accent. Although apparently we have an Eastern Washington accent when we say Tulalip, but
we
you
have
are
our
wrong.
own
Yes.
accent.
We have science to back up our PNW accent, and I use science in quotations there. But we'll talk about that coming up.
Science.
Science.
All right, live look over Spokane. We've got some clouds out there as expected. Winds also set to pick up tomorrow. But what we're really watching is this system set to arrive overnight Saturday into Sunday. It's going to make it perfect football watching weather. I'll explain what I see back here after the break.